The film crew that made a documentary about the real Conjuring house has provided shocking details about what they saw, and some have even gone as far as to say that the house did something to them. What is gravy? You're watching IO. Happy Halloween. I'm Charlotte. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss one of our videos, because if you do, I will promise you that you will be the first to know about anything interesting happening on the internet. Cross my heart, hope to die. Stick a needle in my eye, but please don't, because that hurts. The Conjuring is one of the best horror films ever, and I think that might be because it's based on true events and real paranormal experiences at a real house. There's a documentary being made about the house by Ghost Adventures that comes out today. Halloween. Zach Bagans of Ghost Adventures said that the film crew needed time to get over the investigation when they left. They saw some, quote, very disturbing things. Bagans told the Las Vegas Review, I quote, I was extremely ill, very sick for about 3 weeks after that. I wasn't myself. I was on a long trip. There were lots of things going on with me that just seemed out of the norm. It really, I believe, made me sick. I had anxiety and panic levels that were just so unusual. Just that feeling of sickness. I didn't look like myself. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't want to be around anybody. Zach wrapped up with, I never felt possessed, but I felt like something was drawing the life out of me. Zach Bagans wasn't the only member of the film crew that had a difficult time on this shoot. Aaron Goodwin said he had chest pains while he was at the house and also had a strange feeling of being overcome by something. Aaron said, I quote, I had to sit down, dude. It was either run or sit, but I was going down. It was just weird energy, not normal. Not like we've felt before. The Harrisville farmhouse on Rhode Island once belonged to the Perrin family. Roger and Carolyn Perrin bought their dream home in the winter of 1970. The previous seller had one warning, leave the lights on at night. Oh hell no! Oh hell no! I ain't buying no house like that! It was one of the original plantations in the area, 200 acres in size. It had 10 rooms and was built in 1736. Plenty of room for their 5 daughters. Nancy and Christine Perrin shared a room, Sydney and April shared a different one, and Andrea had her own. Until one night, Andrea said all 4 of her sisters came into her room trembling and crying. The family said that there were strange things going on in the house. Items would move around on their own or just go missing for no reason. They also saw ghostly apparitions from time to time. Nothing too violent, right? Well, the story behind the Harrisville farmhouse is quite violent and quite grim. 8 generations of families had lived and died in the old Arnold estate. Some of the people who lived in the house died in tragic ways. Mrs. John Arnold hung herself from the rafters of the barn when she was 93. There were several other suicides, a rape, poisonings, 2 sudden drownings, and 4 men who mysteriously froze to death. Probably a lot of little bad juju in that house, just guessing. The Perrin family brought in famed paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren to their home to assess if there was anything supernatural going on. That was back in 1971. The Warrens said that at first the many spirits in the house were harmless. They would often hear sweeping noises coming from the kitchen and walk in to find the broom moved to a different spot and a pile of dust would be there. But there were other spirits who didn't just clean up the kitchen. I would love to have a ghost that cleaned up my kitchen. That'd be so nice. Excuse me, ghost, could you just do some sweeping? I'm tired. Other spirits would bang on the door so loud the whole house would shake. And the worst spirit of them all was Bathsheba Sherman. According to legend and folklore, when she was alive, Bathsheba was said to be a Satanist and a witch, who the neighbors became suspicious of when a baby mysteriously died in her care. When the baby died, the cause of death was determined as a large sewing needle jammed into the skull. The townspeople believed that Bathsheba sacrificed this infant to the devil. Bathsheba's spirit haunted the Perrin family and would attack them. One of the girls woke up to a piercing feeling in her leg, and when she checked, she saw a gash that looked like it had been made by a large sewing needle. If you guys are interested in watching that documentary, you can watch it tonight, Halloween night on Travel Channel. For now, I'm gonna wrap up this video with some comment features. These comments are from my video, You Will Need Therapy After Entering Scariest Haunted House in the World. WXLF Gaming said, this is legal, but I can't smoke in my house and mind my own business. I mean, you can if you live in Canada. Tariq K said, it reminds me of the Stanford prison experiment for some reason. Yes. Maui W. Keys said, this isn't a haunted house, it's straight up attempted murder. Like shit. Shit. Pero. Juan Perón. Juan Perón. Juan Perón. Juan Perón. Can you press play? Sure. Thanks. Maui Wikis. If you want to keep watching, check out this playlist. That is it for me, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you should leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe I'll see you in a future IO video.